part two. So we'll continue on the cleaning part. And so here, if you decide to clean your clothes, so if you have like again a lot of water to do that, there's a few systems out there depending on the money that you have and you know yeah, so how much you want to spend on it. A few things that I found apparently, so a dry bag that you could put like water in it basically and just wash your clothes. When I was in India, I was using those portable sink, and basically that's how I was using my clothes. So I had like two set of clothes, and as I was taking my shower every day, I would clean my clothes, make it dry, do my day with my clothes and stuff. So if you have at least a two set of clothes, you could probably clean your clothes that way. But again, I had access to water a lot, so that's why an option. Another option, which is some people consider a little bit expensive, it's like a specialized dry bag called Scrubber, and that one is actually specialized. So it's a dry bag, but it's made for cleaning. So basically, you put a little bit of water in there, you put your clothes. It has this kind of texture to it, and you can rub your clothes and clean it, and then it expel the dirty water, and then you put some clean water, and then basically your clothes can dry. So that's one. Another one, if you're in an urban setting, and so if you have like one of those little rubber stopper, which are like this is called an international rubber stopper, and basically it can fill any sinks. And basically if you have like any sink like this, you just put that on, put the water in, and then you can clean your clothes in that. Again, I had a portable one when I was in which I was using for cleaning myself and cleaning my clothes, and so I would just put my clothes like this and stuff. And again, on the clothes part, this is where it's important to have, like when I was talking about specialized clothes, not just also antimicrobial, but clothes that dries very quick. For example, if you would clean like cotton clothes in there, it would take a long time for them to dry, and they even would have that smell, like that smell to it. Versus if you use a few specialized clothes that dries very quick, that means if you clean your clothes that way, they can dry very quickly. So they don't smell, and the other thing is that it can dry a bit quicker. For mouth care, very important. A lot of disease now, even they talk like some people that can have a heart attack just because of the gingivitis and stuff. So it's very important to have good dental. One kind of misconception is we think that the toothpaste is very good, but really all it is for cleaning your fresh breath. What is more important is the flossing between your teeth, because that's where really all the dirt and stuff and gets into your gums, and that's where it gets into your blood. And so those little toothbrushes are very easy to carry. They don't need water, basically just enough saliva and stuff. Some of them have like freshening bread with that and stuff, because they have a little bit of things into it. So you don't need water for those. And also they have like a little almost toothpick at the end over here, so you could kind of floss and clean your tooth with that. But important thing too is that before you clean your tooth, clean your bread, your teeth, don't forget to clean your hands, because obviously if you clean your teeth and you inject some of your bacteria that you have in your hands, then you didn't do anything. And if you're like more in a bug-in situation, there's a lot of situation that you can use, like many homemade paste, like if you use certain products or recipe on YouTube on how to make your own toothpaste. So there's a good way to do that kind of stuff. If you're going to use a toothbrush as well, there's some systems that basically can keep your toothbrush sanitary. So I would consider it about those products, and I'll put a link on one of them that basically protects your any bacteria to go onto your toothbrush. So now what people really think about body hygiene. So again, and that question is, do you have enough water, or you don't have enough water? There's a new product over here. It's called Dry Bath. It can be bought actually, and apparently they deliver it. They pay for all of the delivery and everything. All you have to do is kind of squeeze. It's called Dry Bath. But there's a lot of product out there of like dry shampoo and things like that to take baths without using water. The other thing too, if you don't have a lot of water, using those bath wipes could be a good solution as well, and then you would have like a certain situation that you would kind of clean, but we'll come back to them. If you have water, that's exactly what I have here. So basically you fill that with water, you clean yourself, and even you can kind of drop it on you. So depending on how much water you have and things. When I was in India, that's what I was using. So basically I would clean myself, and to rinse it I would just pour it on my head and pour my whole body out of it and stuff. So basically using something with soap, not putting soap in there, and then basically just dumping on me and stuff, which was good too, because it was refreshing, especially when it's like high temperature and stuff. Again, like I was saying here, those wipes, and those ones could be also when it's cold. This is the ones we use, well, a similar kind of type that we use in the hospital. And actually what we do is we keep them in it's a little bit like a oven, and it keeps them warm. And when we use them on patient, then we don't need to dry the whole skin and everything, and they have like a little substance, so they keep the skin hydrated and things like that. And so I presume that, you know, if you would have this in the winter, you could put that in like a little bit of hot water, or steam it, or warm it up, and so that way the bath wipe wouldn't be so bad. So if you're going to use those things, you have to have, because you can use many of them. Like I think a whole package is like the equivalent of one shower. But if you want to last it longer, what you can do is use it for different things. And basically I would start with the face, then the armpit, and then finish with the zone here, and with the females the same thing. And I wouldn't do the opposite way, right? So you wouldn't start from the bottom to go on the top, but basically armpit, face, neck, and genitals are pretty much the place that you want to clean. One important part that you want to clean as well, so I would probably do this and maybe even have a second one, but it's the feet. And why are the feet? Is because of that. So a lot of people, especially during the Vietnam War and during the jungles, it's called a trench foot, and it comes from the First World War. And the reason is that they had that is basically their feet stays in some water for a long period of time, and then it's maceration, and then this bacteria kind of grows, and this is what you can have. So another, when we were talking about clothes, this is another point of having always dry clothes that when you go to camp, so that way all the socks that you have sweat in and everything during your hike, then they can dry up during the night, and that way your feet also can dry, because now you have dry clothes on them. So you want to try to avoid, and you want to take good care of your feet, because obviously if you have feet like this, you cannot go really far. So take good care of your feet, look at them, especially if you have like people with diabetes or other disease that can kind of decrease their sensation on the feet, a little blister or something, sometimes they won't feel it. So you want to pay attention at the end of the day, look at your feet, make sure, you know, there's no redness or anything like this. And again, 1 ounce of prevention is a lot. It means a lot instead of curing. So what you want to do is make sure that you don't have too much redness and stuff. And so spend time at night to look at your feet, or even if you cannot bend or if you cannot really see well, and you have someone else with you, have a quick look at each other's feet to make sure that you don't have any damage here. So this is the my presentation on hygiene and stuff. Hopefully you liked it. Sorry it was a two-part, but it was a lot of stuff to talk about, but there's a lot of information to be given. So hopefully you like it. I'll talk to you soon.